kids, children, adults, grandparents, people of all ages. You might be a cat, you might be a dog, you might be something in between, or an inanimate object. Today I'm going to talk to you about cable management. This is something that I'm really picky about, I'll say. It's probably one of the things I'm most picky about when it comes to electronics, specifically for wiring and that. I cannot stand crow's nests of wires showing or anywhere at all, even where I can't see it. I can't stand seeing of wires. I do not like tangled messes. I don't like cables, even though I still believe in using a wired mouse and a wired keyboard on my desktop anyway. On my laptop, I don't really care. Or my MacBook, of course, the Magic Mouse. However, on my desktop, gaming, I still want my wires. At least for the time being. Anyway, no batteries. Anyway, wiring, cable management, etc. Very, very important to me. It is important to do neat wiring. If you don't do neat wiring, not only do you have all these tangles, but if you ever need to move something or replace something, you're going to be in for a big treat when you find out that it's tangled up in 20 wires, and it's going to get to the point where it's going to be so bad that you may have to redo all of your wiring to fix your problems, or to replace whatever or move whatever. I actually had that issue about a month ago, and I was going to bring out my old PlayStation 2 and use it again. But I had moved it, and but the problem was the way I wanted to move it, all my wires were tangled up. So therefore I couldn't move it. Disruption. There's Kitty once out. I didn't even know Kitty was in here. I did go for him. Oh, you're so beautiful. You are so beautiful. Yes, you are. See, here's the beautiful cat. The Kuforn. Yes, you're so beautiful. Let's see if I can get her to do one of the pranks here on my video that I make her do to me all the time. So yeah, anyway, cable management to me is very important. Inside and outside of your computer. That's hot. That light might burn your little whiskers off. I'm surprised it's not blinding you. Yeah, let me get rid of the cat. Here. Oh, I like to hold her like this too, like a little football. Okay. That's pretty. Anywho, as I was saying, it's important inside and out. You end up redoing a lot of work and going through a lot more of a hassle if you aren't neat about your wiring. Also, besides inside the computer itself, I do not believe in using cable ties / zip ties. I do not. Reason being is once you have them, you have to cut them in order to undo anything. So I don't really like using the zip ties, cable ties, except for inside the computer. When it's on the outside of the computer, generally I would prefer to use Velcro. There's rolls of Velcro that you can buy. They're hard to find, but there's rolls of Velcro you can get that you cut to the right length for whatever bundle you want to make of your wires, and right there. Or you can buy, you'll pay a little bit more probably for it, but you can get a package of already pre-made Velcro straps. But anyway, I would recommend using Velcro over zip ties. You can, if you're really on a budget, or if you already have this laying around your house, twisty ties. Regular good old twisty ties. You can use those. At least I have used those before, but I do prefer Velcro if you can. Anyway, I'll show you some of my cable management around the dungeon. Some of it you probably have seen already, and I don't know how well it's going to show up on my MacBook. So here we are. Looking down, there's my power adapter for my Toshiba laptop. This wire running across is for my spotlight. I'm still not exactly sure if this is its permanent spot or not, so sorry for the tilt. Down here in Austin, you don't see much wiring down here underneath my desk. You see a surge strip there mounted on the desk. I just recently added for my additional lighting. All that's plugged into that surge strip are my extra lighting, or my extra light sources. As you can tell, I was as neat as possible with it. And those two cords you see hanging there are for my keyboard and mouse, which I can't really get rid of those, unfortunately, or I would. This one cable you see dangling there is from actually my laptop. I don't have it tied to anything since I take it places. I can't really tie it. It'd be too much work. And in between the mop board and the carpeting is actually a wire that runs from my speakers all the way to my television. And I mean, this isn't going to work the greatest since I'm on my MacBook, but see how it's neat with the cabling. Yes, I lied. There's a couple of zip ties. That's all I had on hand at the moment. And that, but not too many. My Wii is not tied to anything because I take it places with me sometimes also. So I just did the best I could with it being neat. Then, of course, my computer. Which you aren't going to see too well, because this is as far as my MacBook's going to allow me to go. Unless I pull the cord, which actually I just did. So, there's my 2.5-year-old beast now. As you can tell. Neat with that. And the power supply is modular, by the way, so since it's modular, I don't have to have an extra or an excess of cabling. I have just all the cabling I need in it, and not a bit more. So I'll position that back in. So anyway, you do take more time initially setting up your machine or machines whether you're building or just wiring all your peripherals to your computer or all your electronics such as your TV, etc. You will spend more time initially setting it up by being neat with your cable management. However, once it's set up, it looks very visually pleasing. I know that doesn't sound quite right with my English. Very visually pleasing. But anyway, that's very visually pleasing, as I just said again. I keep repeating myself, because as everybody probably knows by now, since this is my 20-second tip video, I am a scatterbrain by nature. But anyway, it takes more time, but it looks neater. And it's also much, much, much easier should you need to make any modifications, such as move some devices around or replace devices should they fail or just need upgraded, whatnot. Just makes your life a whole lot easier. So even behind the scenes where you don't see the wiring, I like to make it neat. Because it's what I just said, and you don't have a crow's nest back there and have to fight through lots of cords and untangling. Of course, the only issue you have then is all your Velcro straps or whatever you'll have to undo to probably move the cord, or at least loosen up. But beats the heck out of trying to untangle a cord that's already wrapped up with 20 other cords. It's in some knots that you can't get it out without undoing everything. Or you can't even access the cord you want because it's so buried in a crow's nest. So anyway, yes, cable management definitely suggests that take the time to do it. and it requires a lot of patience, especially to do it neat. You don't have to probably go quite as neat as I have with most of my junk. Well, not junk, but it's good to go nice with their cable management. But like I said, take your time and do it when you have patience. If you don't have patience, just leave it and don't mess with it until you have some patience, because it'll just turn out so much better if you have patience. Alright, but anyway, I think that's all I've got for you, but this is Nerd Ngong, and I approve this message, as I always do, and always will. And I guess that's going to be it. Probably here in the near future we're going to actually have some themes for like an entire week over one broad subject and break it down. Might be like a hardware week or peripheral week or something to that effect, but probably here soon we'll be starting to do that. I'll keep you posted on that in the future videos, etc. But anyway, have fun and goodbye.